Come on, baby, help me do my intro.
This right here is the Viltrox 135 Lab Series lens. We're gonna shoot it today on the Nikon Z6, and this is my beautiful wife. I figured we would take you on an actual photo shoot. We are in the middle of nowhere. Let's go. Even easier. Wow, dude, you look fantastic. Holy cow. Beautiful look right here. Oh my gosh, bub. I mean, the lens looks good. You're looking pretty okay yourself, I'll tell you. Oh, I like that. I'm gonna come in, most of these will be a little tighter, okay? Yeah, I like this a lot. Good leading lines. I'll do a couple with the 50 and then we're gonna go back to that 135 because the 135 is gonna look killer on this. Yeah, oh yeah, give me some walks. You're good at this, dude. I always forget how good at this you are. All right, back to the Viltrox 135. And just walk straight down the tire track. Don't walk towards me. Looking around as you go. Yes. You know what I like? I like when you're kind of like you're looking off and then like your eyes just kind of peek back to me. It feels very like across the room-ish. Yes, dude, those are such cute looks. I really like that. Yeah, like I want Morgan on an island. We're on an island, just me and you. There's nothing but me and you. We're just hanging out. Wow. Oh, yes. Dude, the light's doing magic right now. Stop right there. Beautiful. A little touch of the hat, different ways. That, same, go back up and look off to, yep. Drop that left hand down so you see your tattoo a little bit. Oh, that was sexy. I don't know what the hell that was. Yeah. Babe, I'm very attracted to you right now. I mean, I always am, but you know what I mean. The cowboy hat, thing's doing it for me. All right, location number 2 is Morgan's dad's ranch. Horses over there, a tractor right there. This should be easy. You're gonna freaking love it. Why didn't we come here earlier? Yeah, I'm really digging this. Yeah, now pretend it's not cold. Like pretend like it's like nice, beautiful sunny day. Gorgeous. Yep, the tip up is perfect. All right, let's go back to the computer and see what this looked like. Was that lame? That's so lame. What?
Back to you in the studio.
What? You're freezing. You're just freezing cold.
Back to David in the studio.
Okay, let's break down the Viltrox 135 1.8 Lab Series lens. Now, Viltrox did reach out and said, hey, can we sponsor a video on the channel about this lens? And I was like, huh? Because I've always been a skeptic of third-party lenses. All the Canon lenses that I shot, all the Sony lenses I've ever shot have all been Sony and Canon lenses. I have never, in my entire career, really worked with third-party lenses. And this one surprised me. Because in that field, I used the Nikon Nikkor 50mm and I used the 135. I kind of went back and forth between the two of them so that I could see, like, does the camera autofocus differently? Is the sharpness edge to edge different from like flagship lenses? And I can tell you, no, it's not. Like, this acted and performed like a flagship level lens, but at a price that I think will shock you. It shocked me. Not only did it shock me, it kind of like made me think it must not be a very good lens because of that price, but shooting it changed my mind. Now, it's not perfect in every way. We will go over the pros of this lens and the cons of this lens, and you can choose if this is the right one for you. First up though, like real world usage, shooting this thing in the field with Morgan backlit, usually that is a difficult scenario for lenses that are not super high quality. Now, this thing, it does have an 11 blade aperture, so really, really buttery bokeh. It has a coated surface on it, so even the backlit images, like I was purposely trying to give myself some lens flare, and on some lenses, the image just kind of falls apart as soon as you get flare. That's why we got these big old hoods on our lenses. But this thing, like there was some lens flare shots that I was like, this is like a dreamy shot. Like it takes the lens flare, it gives like a really natural look to it. And they're actually some of my favorite images from the shoot were backlit lens flare images. Now, I will say, I don't think that this lens has like a ton of character, but I also don't think that about any like flagship lenses. I really think most flagship lenses are pretty like clean and crisp and a little sterile, which is why in post I always add things like grain, and I add a lot. I do a lot in post to make it look not as sharp and crisp as these lenses are putting out. So the raw images out of this thing, very crispy, very, not digital crispy, but very, very sharp images. So if you are taking these into post, I dumped clarity quite a bit and I added quite a bit of grain to kind of soften things up and blend out my highlights and my midtones. And then some features that I didn't really expect to have again on a lens at this price point is we have the autofocus, manual focus switch on the side, but we also have click and declick aperture. So if I have click turned off, for you video shooters, that is a very smooth, no sound aperture. And then for photographers, turn that click back on, and now you hear your aperture clicky bits. You also have a teeny tiny little screen on top, which is, I've never had on my lenses, but like Nikon's. Nikon has those little lenses on top of, little screens on top of their lenses. I didn't use that screen at all. We also have a limiter here for distance. So we have full, we have 0.7 meters to 2 meters, and then we have 1.5 meters to infinity. Again, just kind of impressive to have on a lens at this price point. We also have a USB-C in the lens mount back here for updates. So you can do updates to this lens super easy, plug a USB-C directly into it, plug it into the computer, and do a firmware update or dial your lens in. Now, as far as build quality goes, it feels incredibly well built. One of the reasons is this is a big, heavy lens. This lens comes in at 1,300 grams for this lens. Now compare that to the Nikon Nikkor 70-200. This thing I think comes in around 1,400 grams. So you have a 135 prime that weighs as much as a 70-200. So that's that's like the big downside. When you look at this lens in general, you go flagship level performance, but it's big and heavy. I don't own a 135 anymore, which is kind of crazy because when I was a Canon shooter, the 135 was like my go-to lens. I shot portraits with it. I think 135 is killer for details. I shot weddings, so using that one lens, I would go 35, 50, 135. Those were my three main lenses when I was a Canon shooter. Now, when I switched to Sony, they didn't really have a good 135 yet, so I bought the 85. And the 85 has been good. This guy comes in at 850 grams, so quite a bit lighter than this guy. Let's take the hood off. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and take the hood off. Just the lens. 1263. Although I will say Nikon lenses in general, this is a Z mount lens. I shot the whole thing on the Z6 Mark III. Nikon lenses seem a bit heavier. This is the 50 mil 1.2. This guy comes in, he comes in at almost 1,100 grams. So from the 50 to this guy, it's actually not a huge jump in weight. This is a flagship level lens, but at a price that here's the price. Okay, so the Canon RF 135 1.8, $1,900. The Sony 135 1.8 G Master, $2,100. Nikon makes a Nikkor 135 1.8 Plena, I don't know, $2,300. This lens, Viltrox 135, $900. $900. That is more than half of any of those lenses on that list. Even the Canons at $1,900, this is half the price. So essentially, what I think that you're getting here is flagship level performance in a big, heavy lens. Like if you are a Nikon shooter, this is the Z6 Mark III. All the images of Morgan that I've shown you today were shot on the Z6 Mark III with this lens. Is it worth the size? We should find out how much the Nikon's lens weighs. 995 grams is Nikon's version of this lens. So we're only talking 400 gram difference. No, 1263. So 1263 to 995 is 268. A flagship level lens that is 268 grams heavier than a lens that costs $1,400 more. That feels like a good deal. Oh, what is that? What are you doing to me right now? What was that? Oh my goodness. It worked. It was really working. Yeah. Holy hell. Woo!
Woohoo! Did we nail it?
I can't wait to get that lipstick off. I'm gonna kiss you so good. I'm gonna kiss you so good. Don't do it now. Don't do it now. I don't want your lipstick.